Hey, Brooke, how's it going?
You already got your coffee?
Yes,
Yes.
cheers.
You ready to hit the trails?
Yeah, you want to sit down and chit-chat before we ride?
Absolutely, let's do it, yeah. So how do you describe yourself?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't even know how to describe myself. I do want to say that I'm not a mountain biker.
Wait, what? Because I've teed you up as a mountain biker. Excuse me. Okay, stop it. We're not doing the show.
At heart, I'm a surfer and a trail runner.
Cool.
And my bike is how I get out on the trail now.
Wow.
Because life in a wheelchair is kind of relegated, to pavement and hard surfaces. And that bike is, technically an off-road wheelchair. It's also how I'm gonna, hike and just have a relationship with nature. But it gets me out on the trail and might as well just fully embrace it, throw on the full face, go hit the jumps, I did, my first ride was by myself with my dog at the time.
Oh, nice.
And there was all this excitement and anticipation, but which quickly turned to this stark realization, this reality check of oh, whoa, there's a lot more to this than just jumping in your bike and going. Yeah, I ran into trouble out there on the trail.
Yeah. And
I jumped online doing research, trying to find information on where I could ride safely. And I came up empty-handed. So I called up Trail Forks, the #1 mountain bike trail information resource. And I asked them hey, what do you guys think about, documenting this information so that I can use the app like anybody else, and they're like, let's do it.
Awesome.
So overnight, I, pretty much in my sleep, I came up with this very simplified rating system because, all this information already exists. We don't need to recreate the wheel.
Sure.
All that's already there. All I need to know is one, when I'm traveling alone, where I can ride safely.
Totally.
And then also when I'm with somebody, what's not going to be too much work for them. So that's the information that I want. And also to identify potential obstacles. So that's all the rating system does is answer the question, do you need rider support or not? The gamut of, the rider spectrum, the adaptive rider spectrum is huge because there's all kinds of factors involved. There's the rider disability, which that is a whole huge thing in itself. And then the rider ability as well,
Sure.
Beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then the equipment as well. There are so many different types of adaptive bikes out there. It's endless and crazy.
Wow.
So you put all that together, and then this rider spectrum is so broad. And then to build a trail that is good for everybody in that spectrum, it's impossible. So to have different levels of adaptive friendly trails is really important to accommodate that full rider spectrum.
Beautiful day in Oz. Of course, I run into you, homie.
Hey, dude.
What's going on?
I'm just out here working. You know where to find me.
Looking at the spot, huh?
Yeah, looking at this alt line you guys made for this tree gate.
Yes.
It was pretty tough for me to get through this tree gate. And so with this alt line that you guys built, it lines me up straight with it and I can get right through it, no problem.
Nice.
It's a great adaptation for adaptive riders.
And in fact, riders coming the other way have actually enjoyed this as well because this being a green trail, it's actually helped just the overall system. So.
I sitting here, I've watched a few kids go through and they're all choosing this line now.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. This is great. Nice work.
It's kind of a disservice to just say, we're gonna take these guidelines for an adaptive trail and just do that. These adaptive riders have as many different bikes as we have, and they have different levels of skill.
Any one of us could end up in the disabled demographic any day.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about it, and who knows what can happen. I've almost died 3 times. Deciding what it is we want to do with our lives right now is really important. And then get with your family, get with your friends, come up with a plan to make that happen and start doing the small things every day. No matter whatever it is, swim with the dolphins, learn to play piano, go to Paris, whatever these things are, we need to figure out how to do those now. And it's the journey of doing those small things every day that's the important part.